Advanced Heroquest. Gaming aids. Men-at-arms as enemies. They may be called the Palace Guard, the City Guard, or the Patrol. Whatever the name, their purpose in any work of heroic fantasy is identical. It is round about chapter 3, or 10 minutes into the film, to rush into the room, attack the hero one at a time, and be slaughtered. No one ever asks them if they want to. This is dedicated to those fine men. You open the door to be confronted by two grim faces, but these are not the guards you are looking for.
Guards! Guards!
In your first quest into a dungeon in the old world, did you go alone? I think not. Even if you were not part of a full coterie of 4 heroes, you had some help, and that came in the form of a doughty man-at-arms or 2. Did they survive your first quest? Perhaps. Perhaps not. And then later, with an expedition in hand, I would not be surprised that with that fate point and some gold crowns in your purse, you may have even hired a henchman, a man-at-arms or 2, even a sergeant perhaps in those early games, before your own hero became a powerhouse that needed no help, and certainly not any help from any paid riffraff, purely getting in their way and stealing their kills. And so, perhaps, those characterful henchmen now sit, gathering dust on some old hammer shelf of yours, as their former employers burn a trail through numerous dangerous dungeons. But this need not be the case. Here we present monster cards for using the men-at-arms models from the original game as monsters, as enemies to your heroes. We have used their original stat lines from the rulebook and applied what we feel are appropriate points costs for both the 3 types of men-at-arms and their sergeant. The 3 types of guards are differentiated by their weapons, and each has disadvantages as well as advantages when compared to the others. A man-at-arms armed with a sword rolls 4 damage dice and only fumbles on a 1. Causing criticals on a 12. A man-at-arms armed with a spear rolls 3 damage dice, can attack diagonally and again only fumbles on a 1 and causes criticals on a 12. A man-at-arms with a halberd has 4 damage dice, can attack diagonally but fumbles on a 1 or a 2, but also causes criticals on an 11 or 12. We have also created a Sentry version of each of these, costing a single point more. If you recall, sentries have the following rule. Sentries. There is a special rule for a certain type of monster. These are called sentries. Add +1 to the GM's surprise roll. The dungeon section the sentry appears in always contains a door, even if one was not rolled for on the room doors table, which may be placed by the GM. They can choose to have the sentry open this door instead of making an attack, provided the sentry is in an adjacent square. If a sentry opens a door into an unexplored part of the dungeon, generate the new section at the end of the GM phase, using the same system as in an exploration phase, and then continue with the next combat turn. You will also notice a monster version of one of the heroes from our own campaign to use in your games. As to why Lambert Lemberger has a monster card, well, you'll just have to wait and see and watch this space. The cards. We produce cards for all of these models. Feel free to print them off and use them. As always, the paper they come on can be folded in half, it each has a back, and as you can see, we laminate ours. By the way, if you've not yet seen the latest blog post from the writer of the Terror in the Dark supplement for Advanced Heroquest, Graeme Davis, I suggest you check them out. He presents unreleased new rules for ghostly monsters and new traps for Advanced Heroquest. They are well worth looking at. You can find the blog here, and there is a link in the video description. Coming soon. As always, thanks for watching.